Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Debbie. Welcome to another Mad Adventure video.
Okay, today what we're going to attempt, and I say the word attempt, is put the graphics in the side of the van. So we took the old graphics off, which was no mean feat. The vinyl peeled off okay, but we were left with a lot of gum at the back of it. Tried taking this off behind, using some sticky stuff remover or something along that lines. It was taking forever. So what I decided to do was, I got my DA polisher out, and I got one of the small sponge heads. I dipped it in to brake and clutch cleaner, and I just worked my way along the van with that. It was very successful. It was still a bit of work that was in it. Once the main gum was off, there were quite a heavy outline that was left, and that took a bit more work in it. So eventually got that off, put the mop onto it. I made a mop using Maguire's cutting compound, which I can highly recommend. I've used several, but that's the best that I've ever came across. Polished it back, and the next step that we have to do is get some nice panel wipe, or people use isopropyl alcohol and water, panel wipe, and get the surface prepared so that it's nice and clean, so that it can take the graphics.
We interrupt this video to bring you some breaking news. Mad Adventures have used their smartphone and old GoPros for this video. But our sources are telling us that they have invested in some new technology, which will be used on all their videos in the future. So, sit back and enjoy their first hands-on video. So
anyway, this is the van here, so I'll let you have a quick look at it. We'll have a proper video on it one day, you know, how it is inside, outside, etc. I walk round about the van, you know, so it's a Citroen Relay L4 H3, so it's 6.33 metres long, and obviously it's at the high top. I can't remember off the top of my hand what the height is. Got the rack in the back, some previous decal that I attempted, a bigger job this time. I'll show you in a bit again when we do a wee tour of the van, video tour of the van. And let's say it's a 2012, I think it's done about 130,000 miles. It's been regularly serviced. Just done a recent one myself there, replaced the oil sump pan tube because it was leaking. Well, it wasn't leaking, it was weeping. But in general, it's a nice bus, and we like to call it the Ninja Van, and it used to be used by a company called Mac Tools. I don't know if you remember them. So it took a few of the transfers off. You can still see traces of one in the bonnet very slightly, but I need to cut that back again. But as you can see down the side here, the challenge that we've got is this area here in particular, you know, the kind of wee skirt. It's not quite true, obviously use over the years, so it'll be interesting to see how the graphics come out in that, whether it sort of hides it. I'm not trying to cheat here, I'm being honest. Just something that takes the eye away from the imperfections of the van. But let's have a try with Debbie, and we'll see how we go on with it. First thing we need to do is wipe it down with panel wipes, give it a nice clean base, and we'll take it from there. So, have you listened to some of the things that we need before we start this? Sun cream, and I've been burnt before, just last weekend, believe it or not. So anyway, that's always a good thing to start with. A few other things that we've got here that we can use is U-Pol, which is basically panel white, fast drying degreaser, large magnet, some other wee magnets that are on here, soapy water, and some tools, smoothing tools, etc. for getting all the bubbles, etc. out of the transfer. Next thing is nice clean cloths. Costco, used them for years, absolutely brilliant. Give them a shake, pull off that. That's no meant to happen. So let's go for a take two. Okay, great cloths. Pull it off here, and that works a bit better. See, can do it. So obviously the first job we're going to do is wipe the van. Okay, here we have some U-Pol panel wipe, which is really good. Again, I said some people use isopropyl alcohol and water. This is just stuff that I got for the local paint shop. Magnets don't come with it, but it's quite a nice wee place to keep them. So it's basically soaking the cloth as much as possible with the panel white, and we basically just wipe the van. The van was washed yesterday, believe it or not, so that's actually a little chip. So it should be pretty good, it shouldn't be too much contamination on it, just some watermarks more than anything else. So give that a good wipe down. All the way. Because the transfers are coming right down to the bottom. And I'll probably do this twice. Just do the first pass on it. And you can see it's drying very, very quick. I mean, we're just looking for a really good adhesion. Now, despite the van being washed last night, we're still getting some contamination. So I'm not going to do that because I'm not putting them up there. You know, it'll be interesting to see how these work. I've done some small ones before on the back of the van and one up the top at the front. That's pretty simple. Apart from the one at the front, I had to sit on my garage roof and hang over to actually get to the area, and it was not a good sight. And it was easy. Okay, so I'll do this a couple of times.
Okay, so here is the graphics for our mountains, and the most difficult part would be to know where to position this in conjunction with the trees that will need to go on after, and also to navigate the rail. Right, we'll figure it out as we go along.
Dangerous, Michael and a pair of scissors. Anyway, what we're going to do here is cut round about the graphics with the trees so we can separate them. As you can see that I started cutting for this side, but somebody in their wisdom decided it'd be better for me to start for this side, so hey, I best do what I'm told. So it shouldn't be too difficult. However, some of them are pretty close together, so it'll really just be the case of navigating around about these trees, and I don't want to fell them too early and cut any branches off. Right, okay, we're going to attempt just to offer up the graphics, just to position it. We're not going to be sticking them on at this point, but it's just to give us a rough idea. Trusted magnets, some strong, some not strong. And I shall trust the magnets with heavy. Okay, let's have a wee look and see how this goes. Right, that's it. I'll get that in. Get it by the camera. Okay. Let's go. Alright, keep going along. We're in. Now, I believe it is something along this lines. Now, I need to have a look at the images online, but I think we're looking a bit here. So we'll just roughly put that in place. Stick a couple of wee magnets just to keep it good. And you can see it looks great already. Might go off. So yeah, we've got that there. Obviously we need to get it lined up, you know, get it straight, but it gives us a rough idea of where it's going to be.
Okay, so we're just cutting off some of the excess paper just to make applying the mountain a bit easier.
Hi folks, it's been a couple of hours since we started these, and it's not been easy trying to get what the best position is. We put the mountains up straight, which is not true. I have to go down at a slope, so with a wee bit of kind of contention as to how they should be, and eventually we came to an agreement of 50-50. 50% Davy's way, and the other 50% was Davy's way. So anyway, we thought that we would add in a wee bit of humour just to lighten up the day.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping, and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where the party's at.
So we need to spray the van. We are soapy water. Get that done, and then we need to peel the back of the graphic off, the back and paper. Okay, go for it. You hold that. Whoops, so you need to watch this here. This now come off. That's good. This is the trickiest part. This is where we need to get it right. Okay, so we're going to take it up as far as we can. Taking it up so that it's not hitting the door, the sliding wheel. So let's go for. Oh, sorry, battery dead. Is that yours?
You go straight up. What's your standing now, graphics?
This is a hard bit, isn't it? Really hard.
Right. Will you stop filming?
Could you go on the other side of me and hold it? Yeah. No, I don't know if the filming's on. I heard something go beep beep. So probably your battery's went flat.
Aye. I was just focus on this. Oh.
Just put it up like that. Right, put it in here. Right.
Oh, you're starting like in there.
Aye, you have to start here.
Okay.
Don't let the rest of it touch the van.
I'm here not. Is your small GoPro going?
No. Aye. Off it. It's gonna be hot. Off it. I need that. Keep going. What's that? Put it in.
I did say, do you want the more bubble? The more bubbles?
Okay, right now. There we go. Then be a long day. However, I calculated it. We didn't start till 1, we had a break for about an hour, and we finished at 7. So 5 hours to learn our mistakes and what to do and what not to do, and how to argue and how not to argue and things like that. Now, I was going to pose a wee quiz, but I'm kind of waiting, just trying to find out the answer. Who do you think had the most stressful time? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. The clue is in who's drank more of the wine? I'm not even a sick yet, and it's a bit guzzle. Anyway, it was a wonderful experience. Doing the graphics together. It was a really our kind of first big DIY job. Now, it looks as though it did take us quite a bit of time. Tricky, because we started in the hardest side first. We started in the side where the sliding door was. In addition to that, the braille, etc. Made a couple of mistakes, a couple of wee bubbles, still need to try and get out. And there was one wee bit that we kind of cut because we didn't get it in line correctly, but I'm going to fess up the now, and we're going to cheat because they're overlaying trees in it that we're going to put on. They're going to hide it. So the next biggest thing we need to try and work out is how do we do it round about the wheel arches? Because obviously, you know, they go in the way. So do we get the heat gun and we stretch them a wee bit? I don't know. Tried to have a wee quick look on the interweb, but I really couldn't see anything. What's your thoughts of the day?
I'm done in. It looks easier than it is, but now at least quarter of it is on one side of the mountains. The mountains on the other side, and 2 lots of trees to go on, or more like 4 lots of trees because there's that break. But you learn as you go along, and yeah, we've done not bad for our first rodeo.
I think one of the positives is even just seeing the mountain background, as much as it doesn't look like mountains in the position that it's in at the moment, or the state it's in. What I did like about it was nice and fresh, it was clean, and I quite liked the colour. I bought these graphics over a year ago. Two-tone, so obviously the forest is a different colour. I think it's darker for the mountains, obviously. So it's kind of darker grey. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out. We did attempt to do the trees. How did we go on?
We gave up. We just took what we put on off and tucked it away. Had our dinner because we needed it. And had a ride.
There's different thoughts out there. There are people that use the soapy water method, which we use today, and there's other ones that use no soapy water. I don't think I'm experienced enough to do that, because I think once they're on and that's it. At least with the soapy water, it's going to give you a bit of movement. And you can take them back off, but we did. So, a wee bit of research, some time out, just to think how we approach it the next time. As soon as we've got the trees done, on the awkward side, the other side should be adorable, because they don't have any sliding rails and opening doors, etc. So it should be a lot easier. Hopefully we can get it all completed in another day. Now we don't have another day for a wee while yet, and again it's also dependent on the weather. So I suppose there's only one thing to say. Cheers.
Cheers.
Catch you soon.